everybody, it's VerticalSandwich. Welcome back to Let's Play Ratchet and Clank going Commando. This is a post-commentary video. We're going to have a bunch of them now to clean some things up. So, we're missing 2 nanotechs. First off, we're going to take care of this one on no tech, where we have to do a race. And the nanotech is hidden in the 3rd race in the race series. So that's all we're going to do. We're going to get to the 2nd race. Well, I think we've probably already gotten to the 2nd race. We had to beat this race once. So we're going to get through the 2nd race, then we're going to get into the 3rd, get the nanotech, and then leave. That's literally what we're going to do. We will be beating this later. Because what we're going to do is then we're going to go get the last nanotech, and then we're going to beat some arena stuff because we've got to get through the impossible challenge, and then we're going to come back and clean up our races. And then we have other things to do. There's still a lot left in this game, but it's all gonna be pretty ordered. And I didn't cut anything out of this. There's gonna be a bunch of attempts at course 2 here. You have to see me get better at racing. Now here's the thing. I clear these races out reasonably quickly. You're actually gonna see every attempt at course 2 here. Now it's gonna take almost the entire video to open course 3, but that's fine. Now, that being said, what we have to do is they're both races in this game we have to clear in a certain amount of time to get a skill point. That is okay. This race has a nanotech in it. The other nanotech I missed, I checked everywhere but where it was twice before I found it. I just couldn't believe I had missed one that easy. I did. You guys all probably saw it. We're just like, oh man, he's an idiot. Now we can't beat the target time on this race until we get to the until we unlock the 3rd race. That may not be like technically true, but it's true for me. Both race sets have alternate routes, like shorter routes, but they don't open until 3. The 2nd race opens all your weapons, and then the 3rd race opens the shorter route. And the 4th race, I think, allows the other cars to attack you. But there's no good reason to have that on, unless you really want added challenge. And I don't want added challenge, I want this game to be as easy as it possibly can. That's what I want. I'm doing pretty good. I'm in 3rd. Now I'm in 2nd. Now I'm in 3rd. Now I'm in 2nd. This may be my run where the first place guy got so far ahead of me there was no possibility of me catching him. But I thought I did really well. Oh no, we're in 1st. We're doing great. This can't be this easy. Now somehow, I was in 2nd very briefly there. I don't know how. I probably just run into something at the end of this. That's probably what happened. I mean, that guy's really giving me a run for my money. He is. But I mean, at this point, it's mine to lose. Alright, there we go. I got 1st place. So what's the rest of this video taken up by then? Oh, is this challenge mode so I had to do the first one all over again? It is. Yeah. So, now I don't have the Joba circuit. This is the intermediate circuit. I just beat the amateur circuit. That makes sense. Okay, so now you're going to watch me spend... Yeah, it looks like about 10 minutes. 10 minutes trying to beat this. There are literally almost no differences here. Like, it's the same course. See, I'm in 2nd. I'm doing great. Oh, now I'm in 3rd. So not so great. And now I'm dead, so I'm doing horrible. But I died in 1st. And that's important. That's super important. I have no idea what's going on. I really don't. I recorded these videos in chunks that I would have to edit them as minimally as possible. But twice I've started this video and gone, what was I thinking? And then like realized I didn't cut stuff out. Like I recorded checking nanotech areas because in case I found it. And then I didn't for a really long time. So there was 5 minutes on the front of this video that was me checking old nanotech places where I already... Oh, those things, there's more of those things dropping things. That's a difference. You really have to get some good weapon luck in these races. You do. Because, like, this will happen. I'm in 20th. How am I in 20th? Am I really in 20th? How did that even happen? How could I be in 20th? 20th? Literally 20th? Why am I still racing? There we go. Okay, well I started in 20th there, and now I'm in 4th and 5th. And instantly knew what was gonna happen there. It was just like, no, I'm done. I'm not taking a death to the wall. There was something about my pride that became involved. Where I was just like, no, I'm not missing this turbo. No, I'm not taking a death to the wall. No, I'm not. I mean, it just made sense. Why would you, you know, if what you're going to do is waste 10 seconds of your time, just give yourself all the advantages. Yeah! That's what that guy gets for trying to take a jump. That guy just wanted to win a race and go home to his family, to his wife and kids, who love him. His kids are all sons, and he's their role model. They all want to grow up and be racers like Daddy, and I blew him up. That's how dark this game is, people. Don't ever fool yourself that that's not happening. That's exactly what's happening. You should also remember that about any competition movie. That like when Rocky beats Apollo Creed in the second movie, Apollo Creed's got like a kid, you know? Like he's gotta go home and be like the daddy lost. I'm trying to think of other sports movies where that kind of thing is true. I don't watch a lot of sports movies. That's my issue. I mean, I've seen the Rocky movies. Mainly because I grew up with them, and Rocky's like the prototype sports movie, right? I mean, it was like, came out in like 1980. It was really set the kind of standard for movies about that kind of stuff. Don't get me wrong, there are earlier sports movies. Bad News Bears is earlier. But like, think about how many movies are just Rocky. You know, like Rocky with baseball, or Rocky with, you know. The only other movie I can think about that's about a sport like that is Death Race 2000. That's literally where my head is at. Is I'm like, you know, Sylvester Stallone has to go home and be like, no, I lost to Frankenstein. Wait, is that even how that movie turns out? I don't even remember how Death Race 2000 ends. I just remember Death Race 2000. It has Sylvester Stallone in it. And David Carradine. And it's fun. It's a fun B-movie. I'm not talking about whatever that movie they made later, Death Race. I'm not talking about that. If that's a remake of Death Race 2000, shame on them. Some movies should never be remade. Escape from New York never needs to be remade. Ever. The Day the Earth Stood Still did not need to be remade. It's like a perfect cinematic classic. And they were like, let's just put Keanu Reeves in it. That's like, why would you do that? Why? Fantastic movie. The Manchurian Candidate did not need to be remade. I haven't seen the remake, and actually people who have seen the original tell me it's a completely different movie, and it's actually a lot of fun. But The Manchurian Candidate is one of the darkest, earliest kind of... Oh, so good. You know what they should remake, quite frankly, is they should remake movies like Tarantula and Them. Because I would watch a movie about giant ants. I would. I would go watch that. I would be like, giant ants killing people. Right, fantastic. So yeah, so those are my thoughts on movie remakes. Is what they should do is if you're going to remake a movie, don't take a movie that was amazing to start with and make a crappy new version of it. That's a dumb idea. Take a movie that wasn't great to start with and make it awesome. Just make it fantastic. And you could do that. It could be a very an amazing premise for a movie. Tarantula could be an amazing premise for a new movie. Like, it could be awesome. I will say that my one exception to that, like, it's very rare that I think that like a movie remake somehow does a good amount of justice to something. But the Evil Dead reboot, where they took the original Evil Dead, which was like a schlocky bad horror movie, and made it a genuinely terrifying horror movie, was great. Like, there were so many just nods to the original and to fans of the original, but then it was not, you know, they didn't, like, the first Evil Dead is not Evil Dead 2. And by the way, if you haven't seen Evil Dead 2, see Evil Dead 2. You don't even need to see Evil Dead if you're not into horror movies. Just see Evil Dead 2 because it's a great comedy. You know what else they could remake? Bad Taste. They could remake Bad Taste. Like, and Dead Alive. Like, nah, maybe not Dead Alive. Dead Alive is a classic. But Bad Taste, like one of Peter Jackson's old, schlocky Australian horror movies. I would watch a new version of Bad Taste. It'd be fine. It would be fine. Like, yeah, and that's the thing. The world is full of bad movies. It's full of bad movies, and they've done some of that. 13 Ghosts is a remake of, like, a castle schlocky horror movie. And 13 Ghosts was not bad. Like, it was an okay movie. It was fine. It was alright. It was about what I expected from a horror movie called 13 Ghosts. Another castle film that they remade, House on Haunted Hill, horrible. They got Jeffrey Rush to play Vincent Price's character, and he does amazing. He does an amazing Vincent Price, but the rest of that movie, that movie has the worst ending of, like, I think with, like, the Haunted, like, there was a period where they just remade all these old horror movies. And some of them were okay. The Haunting, if I remember correctly, was bad. 13 Ghosts was alright. Oh, I have to say this too. So, like, Ju-on, The Grudge is like the American remake of that, but it's made by, like, the same guy. They just hired that guy and made a big American version of this. Completely different movies. Both really good. I like them both. We're not talking about Crash Bandicoot at all here. VerticalSandwich, we do! Well, yeah, but I mean, it's racist and I'm failing. We're gonna get one soon, because we're almost to that tick mark in the video where we cut to showing the nanotech. Now, the good thing about getting a nanotech out of a race is we don't have to finish the race. We can literally, like, just get it and die. And we have it. It won't take it away from us. Oh, I'm in first, and I won this race. Finally. So, it's time for race level 3. And almost the end of this video. So now all routes are open. And the really important part of this is when you hit the water, there's a route all the way over on the right. The nanotech is there. So we're going to get that. And then we will be done. And the next video will be about arena challenges and picking up our last bit of nanotech and getting this complete. So here we go. This is the thing. And there it is. Boom. Nanotech. And I ran through this a little bit because I wanted to get a feel for what the route looked like. And then I promptly died. Because this route's going to be a pain. But it's actually not that bad. And there we go. Now we're back at the beginning. And things are hunky-dory. That was a great dodge, by the way. I shouldn't have made that. I'm glad I did. I think it was because I had the shield, actually. I mean, I'm sure that hit detection would have killed me. So when it comes down to getting the time trials on this, I might just show the winning runs. I don't know. I don't think I recorded. I mean, I recorded other race attempts instead of the winning runs and just labeled them as, like, junk. So, I mean, I could dig them up, but why would we want to make whole videos of races when we can just go through our collection and finish this thing off? Shut this game down and start game 3. So, we're not going to complete a second lap because that. So, when we come back, more of this, and I meant to say we're not going to complete a third lap. So more of this. Bye, everybody.